Welcome to Ascension 21. We have the privilege of interviewing another awesome Leadership Ascension group from 2026 class. We are so excited to have a Spark in the studio today. Spark Ascension, welcome to the studio. We are so excited that you're here.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So, Jesse, Kristen, Brentley, we are so excited for the mission that you guys have already started in our community. We've seen you out and about, and now it's time to let residents know what it is you do.
Sure.
Jesse, tell us a little bit about the mission of Spark Ascension.
Yeah, so the mission of Spark Ascension is to provide consistent education to families, children, and students, and provide a consistent message for the fire service to utilize in fire safety education.
Awesome. And I know they put you all in a camp or a group to start this off. Leadership Ascension is so unique in the way they pull leaders all across our community and create groups. I know that there was some thinking going on when it came to landing on exactly how y'all wanted to make this come about. Tell me, Brentley, a little bit about
Yeah,
how y'all
there
landed.
there certainly was. So we had eight very involved people in the community. We got lucky to have in our group, and we came up with a lot of different ideas. I think what really hit is when we realized we wanted to do something to help families. Everybody was passionate about families, kids. We had a soft spot for teachers. We had a soft spot for firemen. One of our members, Jesse, had some knowledge and knew some need about that. So when we realized that we had an opportunity to impact each of those groups and also factor into the equation that keeps insurance costs down for residents, we knew that this one was a home run. We're pretty happy with our selection.
Awesome. And with that selection, you guys have been out, like I said, hitting the ground running. Kristen, tell me a little bit about the outreach for Spark Ascension. What have you guys done already and where is this going?
So the whole purpose of us doing our outreach was really to get in front of what was to come. So we knew that we would be rolling this out into the schools, kids would be engaged, but we wanted to make sure that the parents knew that the kids would be receiving this information and what that would look like. So far we participated in the Youth Fest. We did West Side and East Side Youth Fest. And we also went to the prep day at the school that we're going to be rolling the curriculum out at. And that was just our way of, you know, letting them know that we were coming, right? And get the kids kind of excited for what was to come. We plan to do some additional outreach items just in effort to continue to support our community, to continue to help and encourage families to prioritize making sure that you have your family plans. Is there certain things in your home that you may need to address, whether it's, changing your batteries in your fire alarms? Do we have a plan for if there's a fire? Just things like that. So we are still looking for what that next thing is going to be, but we do plan on continuing to be a help with partnering with our community, as well as we're going to have a huge rollout event at that certain school that should take place in September. So that'll be another one of our big events as well.
Well, we look forward to seeing that. When it comes to the residents and other partners in the community, what can people do to get involved with Spark Ascension? Who are you looking for to help you carry out this mission?
So we've been fortunate to partner with the fire service here in Ascension, right? I have easy avenues into there with my profession, and then also through the schools, right? So our goal is consistent education, right? The goal is to create a curriculum in the K through second grade for the kids to have a consistent message for fire safety, right? And then part of that is bringing it home to the family. So my suggestion would be for parents to be involved with their children, right? To have fire drills at their home, like Kristen was saying about smoke detectors and discussing fire safety. Because while they get the enforcement at school of the knowledge, it's a whole different level to also bringing it home, right? And then also there's a level of our kids being able to hold us a little bit accountable on those things that we may not be holding up our end of the bargain at home, right? And so just education, right? Being open to education and having those talks with your children is a big way that families can get involved there.
Awesome. And only 3 people are on camera right now, but I know it takes a team. Tell me a little bit about your team, um, who they are, and how you guys are just working together so far.
Yeah, so we've got 5 other members that aren't here, right? So we have Rachel Vincent, we have September Martin, we have Colby Crawford, we have Dawn Green, and we have Rebecca Singletary, right? They've been instrumental in all of this. They've been great. Different parts of developing the curriculum to providing the financial piece with many of our partners that have helped us. Because a big piece of this is we're also going to create an endowment for teachers that are dealing with public safety to have access to funding for their classrooms, right? Whether it be for educational pieces, they may need paperwork or books or crayons or things like that. So that's another component to what Spark Ascension is offering, not just the curriculum, but they've all been working super hard at various different things. We've got an outreach group, we've got a curriculum group, and then we've also got a financial piece group that kind of handles a lot of the donations and things like that. So they've been super great. We've worked wonderful as a team, so many different professionals from so many different backgrounds, and it's just been great.
And the financial aspect, that group has done an incredible job. We've been able to secure funding. We're going to be at excess of $10,000. So just that one piece of the project that's going to allow us to put $10,000 into an account and a teacher to be able to get a scholarship for forever that supports fire safety, I think is a really good piece. So everything that we're doing, we have a plan to where when our leadership Ascension year is done, we're putting it in place to where this can keep going for years.
Sparking a legacy?
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I think I have a funny question now, because we've got to the nitty-gritty. A lot of people come and they say, we're still looking for sponsorships, we're still looking for funding, but you guys are in excess already, and that's absolutely amazing.
Now we'll still take if
Absolutely.
somebody's out there and you want to be
Yes.
involved, reach
Yes.
out to us. We'd love to add an additional few
Right.
partners. But
Where can people find anything leading to Spark Ascension so they can get involved?
easiest way, we're on our Facebook page. They can message us directly on Facebook. We'll get back to them promptly. We'll get them any answers to any questions. It's actually been pretty neat. We've had a few others that we didn't think would reach out, different avenues that reached out. We've got them some resources and we're trying to help. So even though we have a pretty specific mission and goal, while we're doing this, if somebody reaches out, we're gonna help them out.
Right.
That's what it's all about. So my funny question, Jesse, you're last.
Okay.
Because you're in the fire industry.
Yes.
Have y'all learned anything fun in creating the curriculums about fire safety that you may not have known?
Well, we got a really good dose of fire safety at one of our leadership classes, which
Yes.
if anybody doesn't know about Leadership Ascension, you go once a month and you kind of spend time doing different things from healthcare to airports to, etc. But the fire station day was one of my favorites, and Jesse was able to make fun of me as he watched me not be able to break down a door and get lost in the smoke and all that. But we had a blast, and I tell you, you gain a big respect for firefighters once you see what they just the equipment that they wear, how heavy it is, how quick. I think we timed Jesse. He was able to put all the gear on in about 1:23. I think it was 1:23. They shoot for under 2 minutes, so. We don't want any fires to happen, but when they do, our community is protected by some good guys.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think for me, it was mainly just about, I don't know if it's really funny, but just the fact that it's so easy to get so caught up in your day-to-day, your hustle and bustle with kids, and you're running here and you're running there. Just that I hadn't stopped to really check in and make sure that everybody knew where we needed to go. If there was a fire, I texted my kids. I'm like, okay, so where are we going? And then there's one that's like, oh, I'm headed out the window. And then one's like, I'm going to the front door. I'm going to go to your room. So I think for me, it was mainly a wake up call of just wait a minute, we haven't really discussed this as a group. So I would say that's my biggest thing. And I think a lot of other families probably will be in the same situation I was in, where it's you just haven't stopped to check in and make sure that everybody knew what the plan would be if that happened.
Yeah, it's not just kids, it's adults. You talk to adults that say, what happens if your house catches on fire? And they say, stop, drop, and roll.
Exactly.
You say, well, no, you got to get out of there. If you catch on fire, stop, drop, and roll. I think we missed that somewhere in school. So I think we're helping kids of all ages.
Yes, and pets. That's the other thing. Because I looked, I'm like, we have a 80-pound bulldog. I'm like, so who's going to get bronxed out? So yeah.
So mine is, I guess, on the opposite side. Like I love hearing that. I love hearing those
Yeah.
messages because it actually means that what we're doing matters, right?
Yes.
And the funny thing is that they said, parents are learning as much because when we do station tours and when we do public education, parents ask as many questions as children oftentimes, and we recognize that as part of it, right? Because they may not have gotten the consistent fire safety education that we're trying to provide now, and that's why we think this is such a big deal. But for me, what I've gotten out of it is just the professionalism side of it, the business development, a lot of those things that we don't get a lot of in the fire service. So getting to work with these professionals on things as simple as, different computer programs and systems, Facebook marketing, like all of those things have been super beneficial for me. But getting to work with all of our different partners in the schools and the other fire chiefs and stuff to help roll out this consistent message, that's just been great. And everybody's really been on the same page. The message has been outstanding. So we've had a really good time,
Yeah, you should see how happy the kids are, like at the outreach event, because a kid doesn't want to come to a booth and learn about fire safety, right? But we bait them in with candy and pencils and stickers, right? But then when they come in, like it's really neat, even just having the phone, we have a phone on the counter and teach them how to dial 911 and
Yes.
simple things. So they think they're having fun, but we're sneaking some education in there for them.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's how it has to be. They want to have fun to learn. So,
Exactly.
stop, drop, and roll is hilarious. That's the only thing that was like pushed to us. Stop, drop, and roll. There's so much more.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys for coming today. Thank you for the outreach and the imprint that you are putting in the community and planning to leave in our community. One more time, what is that Facebook page?
It's a Spark Ascension.
Awesome. Simple and easy.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys. We look forward to that rollout and we'll be happy to share that when that comes out. And yeah, if you want to learn more about Spark Ascension or how you can get involved, head to their Facebook page, Spark Ascension. We'll see you next time.